Hi, kids from Pine City Free Church. We are doing a lesson today from the New Testament, and it's one of my favorite ones to do because it's a story that can be acted out. But to start out with, I have 3 boxes, and for these 3 boxes, you'll have to stay tuned as far as what they will be. Now, our Bible verse today is, "When I am afraid, I will trust in you," found in Psalms 56:3. We're going to talk about fear a little bit, or when we are afraid. And think about times when you are afraid. One thing that I get scared of is like a noise at night that I don't know where it comes from, or water. Rushing water is something that I'm scared of. Well, in our Bible story today, it has to do with water, and it has to do with a boat. Now, the disciples were all in a boat. One day, Jesus said to his disciples, "Let's go over to the other side of the lake." Now, I'm sure many of you have been in a boat on a lake. Well, this is what happened to them. So they got into the boat and set out. As they sailed, he fell asleep. So here they are on the boat, and Jesus falls asleep. A squall, or a storm, came down the lake, so that the boat was being swamped. That means they were getting water in their boat. Can you imagine getting water in your boat and you get a bucket and you try to get all that water out, but you just can't keep up? They were in great danger. The disciples went and woke Jesus up, saying, "Master, Master, we're going to drown." He got up and rebuked the wind and the raging waters. The storm subsided and all was calm. "Where is your faith?" he asked his disciples. In fear and amazement, they asked one another, "Who is this? He commands even the winds and the water, and they obey him." So it's just an amazing story that shows that God is in control. So when I am afraid, will trust in you, or I will trust in Jesus. So that is just one thing that we can do when we get scared. We can immediately go to Jesus and pray to him to help us in our fear. Now, if you are at home and want to act this story out with your family, one thing we do in Sunday school class is I bring in a blue sheet, and this is the water. So we have kids who make the water get really rough. And then we have another student who gets to control the wind. Another who gets to be in charge of the boat and the light through the storm. Another who is bailing out the water. Or, get my strobe light going, is doing the light switch for the thunder and the lightning. But the favorite part is to be Jesus. And on my sleeping bag I have a pillow, which the person getting to play Jesus gets to lay down and go to sleep and act like they're just snoring away, and the disciples are all frantic, and they get to wake up Jesus, and Jesus is like, "What about your faith? When I am afraid, I will trust in you." Now, if you don't want to act it out with friends, another way to do it is with your Lego people. Now, this basket wouldn't hold water very well, but a plastic tub would, and you can have your disciples, and you can have one be Jesus falling asleep, and they're like, "Wake up, we're going to drown." And Jesus looks and he says to the wind and the waves, "Just be still," because God is in control. Even if we're afraid, God is the one that is in control. Now, we have a special project for Sunday school, and Isaiah and Madeline got to pick these. We are going to buy mosquito nets and help a young child who has a cleft palate with the surgery to help fix their lip and their cleft palate. We have some money in Sunday school, but you can help. Now, you're maybe thinking, "But Mrs. Shuey, I don't have any money." Well, here's how you can help. In the Bible, there are numbers. Now, if you are in preschool class, here's your number, 3. You can email church, have your mom or dad email church all the Bible stories you can think of that have 3 in it. And what we'll do is we'll pick little pieces of paper. Some of them will say 3 cents. Some of them will say 30 cents. Some will say $3. And the one paper that we pick for each Bible story that comes in, though, that will be money that will go help buy mosquito nets and help with a child having surgery. Now, remember when we bought the chickens and the goat and part of a water buffalo? We did the same kind of thing. This is for you to help me remember what Bible stories have those numbers in. Now, if you're kindergarten through 2nd grade, you get the number 10. So you have to think, or look up how many Bible stories have number 10 in them. Oh no, I remember one. We just had it in Sunday school before we all had to stay home. Oh, you might have to think, what did Miss Pam teach us? Another one for 3rd grade through, maybe can't see this very well, but this one is 12. And I know you can think of a 12 right off the bat. Something about how many guys were in that boat with Jesus. So this would be for 3rd graders through 6th grade. You send to church, put Sunday school number on your email, and just list as many Bible stories as you can with those numbers. So if you're in my Sunday school class, 3 is your number. If you're in Miss Pam's, it's 10. And if you're in Mrs. Alexson's, it's 12. All right? So you think of that, and however many you send in, it doesn't matter if 2 people send in the same one. We'll pick 2 cards, and that will help our money go up for the mosquito nets and, backward, upside down, and the cleft palate surgery. So go ahead and do that. We'll give you about 2 weeks time to get that in, and then we're going to make an order through Samaritan's Purse. But remember your Bible verse, when I am afraid, I will trust in you, Psalms 56:3.